Hi all, and welcome to yet another episode of my YouTube channel. Now I'm using a slightly different camera today, a little less of a great quality, only because my usual camera is really good with picking up daylight and it is the evening right now, but I really want to give you this content, so I had to record it and I had to share it with you. So I wanted to talk to you about something I've noticed. It's like a pattern I've noticed in entrepreneurs and business owners that have created millions and billions. I've been studying them, and I've also been writing weekly articles on them for my website, moniquelewis.com. So the first thing I noticed in literally every single person I've looked at so far is that they all started with a clear intention, an idea, a decision that they wanted to do something. It's pretty simple, I know. Well, the NYX Cosmetics founder decided she wanted to create affordable quality makeup to fit into the gap in the market. Forever 21, it's really funny, the owners of Forever 21 wanted to be in the coffee industry and create a really successful business in the coffee industry. Yeah, you heard right. And AirBnb wanted to create a service where you could rent out your room or your house for the night. Like rent out a mattress basically for the night. That's how it started. So those are all examples of people that started with just one idea. Funny because we have so many ideas day to day, and I'm talking about me, I'm talking about you, I'm talking about all of us. We have so many ideas, but the second thing is something that a stage that many people don't actually get to. It's action. So I noticed that every single one of these people, every single one of these entrepreneurs and billionaires and millionaires and business owners that had an idea took action to execute it. And I'm going to go back to the Forever 21 owners because I know that Forever 21 does not connect with coffee whatsoever, but the action they took was to leave their country in South Korea, the wife and the husband at age 26, and go to America with no money, just an intention. That was their action. Okay, now without that action they wouldn't have been able to get to the next step, which was discovering where the money really was at in the clothing industry. There's an idea or a thought is nothing without action, and sometimes one of the things that I tell people to do is just write it down. Write your idea down. It makes such a difference when it's on paper. I don't know why, I don't know how, but seeing your idea, your intention or your desire down there in paper in your handwriting makes a big difference psychologically. It is actually psychologically proven. And again, if I come across, if I come across any articles or like any studies on that, I will definitely share it with you, because it is scientifically proven that seeing it in your handwriting and writing it down actually helps you psychologically to achieve it faster. So action. So first one was creating the intention, second one was creating the action. Now the third thing I noticed was failure. No one I've kind of come across so far, or anyway, I don't even like the stories where there's no failure in. I want to know the stories where someone's made it and they've failed several times, because I can be like, yeah, that's an inspiration to me. Failure, it seems like to me, is a regular part of success. It seems like sometimes these people try and they fail, or aspects of their business fail. The thing I want to talk about is the ability to overcome failure. Failure seems like it pops up regularly in the journey of someone that is successful or that has created something amazing. For example, Louis Vuitton, he had such a successful, it was his first store, he was a young man, he had a store in France and it was doing really, really well. He had great staff, everything. People were coming to him, all the aristocrats, and then the war hit. They all sought refuge when the war was going on, and when he came back his staff had basically run away and his shop was totally smashed to smithereens. It was ruined. And he could have been like, you know what, that's it, I've had enough, I've had too much failure, I ran away from home when I was a little boy and now look, my store's broken down. He could have been so disappointed and so downtrodden that he could have literally decided to stop right there. But no, Louis Vuitton built a store in a new location, and then in that time he actually came up with a new trunk design, a totally new one, and the area that he built his store in became incredibly popular for aristocrats, and the new trunk design obviously took off. And then that was again the second beginning of the massive brand that we know as Louis Vuitton today, which is worth £26.2 billion, you know. So if he stopped right there, which many people would, then he would not have seen or left the legacy that he's left today. Failure is a part of the journey, but it's how you deal with it. The other thing that I've noticed is persistence, which links into failure, but it's the ability to keep trying and trying and trying and trying. The Airbnb guys that I wrote about, do you know how many different investors they went to, and how many different times they tried to get investors? There were investors that said no. There were friends that were like, you know what, I hope you've got a plan B, because I can't guarantee that what you're doing is going to work. There are people that said no to them over and over and over again. And, you know, if they'd listened to those people, if they'd given up at the first no from an investor, then they wouldn't have created a £20 billion company that they have today. So I just want to urge you that those 4 things could make a big difference to building a successful business and life. And yeah, there's lots of other things that I've noticed, but I want to keep this really short, really brief. So I just want to kind of give you a little nudge and encourage you to really pursue your ideas, your dreams, your desires. If you have them, that's the first step. The second step is taking action, even if that's writing it down. The third step is looking at failures as stepping stones. Step on the failure to get to the next step. The fourth one is being persistent throughout everything and anything that happens. And I also want to add one on the end. It's not being afraid to reroute. I mean, for example, the Forever 21 owners, they were insistent on creating a coffee business. They were doing odd jobs. They were even working in the coffee industry in coffee shops, probably to learn more about coffee. But it was when they saw an opportunity in the garment industry that they rerouted and took that. So I want to say, don't get too stuck in your ways. If you see an opportunity, make sure you grab it. And that's all I really want to say today. But I hope that, you know, got into you or helped you in some way. And I just wanted to add that any video that I do post on my YouTube channel is always a note to self. I am on my own journey too, and I'm learning every day, and it's just my way of basically sharing what I learn with you and with the whole world, because I just want to help other people along the way too. So yeah, that's basically what I wanted to just add. See you. Bye. Don't forget to stay in touch with me throughout the week. New videos come every Monday, and new articles on my site appear every Thursday.